Yes, people. This is historical here today. This is historical for many reasons. One, we've never gone live at this time ever in life. We've never done it, never this early. It's always nighttime. So that's one. And two, this is the first ever transfer deadline day show with the best stateside, Canadian, Jamaican, whatever you want it to
Western
be.
Hemisphere, baby.
Best in the hemisphere on the continent. All right. I got Mr. Green here representing Canada. Case, Brian representing the LA Reds, and me and Ronaldo representing that ATL, the greatest of all time. And today we're going to talk transfers, man. We're talking transfers. We're literally starting this, and this is the last hour of the transfer window. So as you're seeing this, we're 1 minute in. There is 59 minutes left before the transfer window shuts. The way that works for all the Americans that don't know, because we have to explain, if you're doing business at this time and the transfer window closes, you're still able to do business. You're still able to complete transfers. Only if the business was done previous to the time that it was open. So if you're doing it now, transfer window closes, you can still finish that bit of business, but you cannot do transfers afterwards. We have a few now. It's closed for the Premier League and a lot of that side of the world. There are still some leagues that are open and that are still doing business all after the fact. This is for the Premier League, of course, for Manchester United. And a lot of big moves today, fellas. A lot of big moves today. I mean, we might have did it, bro. We got the bomb squad out of there. Except for one that I don't really think was a part of the bomb squad to begin with. But how's everybody feeling?
Good.
Doing good.
Okay.
I'm doing all right. Feeling accomplished.
I'm real happy with the outgoings.
Yeah,
Okay.
Me too.
Yep.
Very happy with the outgoings.
Mission accomplished with them, basically, right?
Just get it done with, get it out. Just be done with it. And the signings have been great. So
yeah, I'm fine
great
with the money
window for
too.
us.
We stood our ground with the cash. I said no less than 40 million for Garnacho, and sure enough, 40 mil. So I'm not gonna fight that one. And yeah, we basically got Sancho out. That was a big deal. That we weren't seeing Villa until today, right? Or yesterday. I'm not sure. That came out of the blue. Good stuff for that. I mean, we used that Emmy pivot, I guess, to generate a little more seriousness from Antwerp, because I think they were trying to fleece us a little bit. So
yeah, let's
that
talk
whole
about that.
thing real good.
Let's talk about that. So Sancho's gone. His deal's a straight up loan, so it's no obligation to buy on that. It's a straight loan. He will be. I think they're doing he'll have another year. They're gonna actually do an extension for him another year. So we can get the sale done. That's kind of the idea. So I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad that he won't be here. They're gonna take care of 80% of his wages. So that's another good one. Perfect. Better for PSR. Better for our wage bill. 100%. Now, as the clock ticks, yes, some of the guys are letting us know. DJ Copper Radio in the house, Just Kareem in the house. What's good, guys? DJ Copper Radio, no midfielder yet, and Delo's still at the club. Philly Red in the building. Shouts. MUFC got 56 minutes to get a midfielder through the door. I don't think it's happening. I just don't think it's happening.
Oh boy.
Big up Stateside Crew. Yo, big up yourself. Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for everybody. Happy Labor Day as well. Happy Labor Day. Yeah, he did say frisbee. He meant rugby. Yeah. But yeah, Sancho's deal straight up. So my biggest thing is Ramper D. Shouts to Ramper D. Yo, everyone. Everybody's blessed. Yeah, the Sancho deal is good for me. I just want him gone. And like everybody's going that had a little bit of issues, a little bit of BS going on. The only problem I have with Sancho's deal is that there's no obligation, and if he comes back, he could do this again. But the only thing is that, dude, if you come back, your wages will be diminished. You'll be in your final year, and then you could really just sit and rot on the bench from there on out.
Yeah.
Bye. But yeah, so
you want to tap in
oh yeah,
stateside for the kids.
stateside for the people, man. Stateside, we love the kids here, man. But yeah, Bill alone, it kind of came out of nowhere for me. Casey, what do you think about this? Are you relieved? Are you happy? Are you overjoyed? Are you hungover?
All of above. I'm happy this is done. Sancho's a very lucky footballer. He's actually going to a team that's, well, right now they're not in the top 10, but he's actually in a Premier League club, and he's actually going to have opportunity to play because they lost a lot. I think it might have done them a service to keep Rashford, but that's not my business. But he's lucky, because he played. He shot the dice with a lot of teams, good teams, Champions League playing teams, Roma, the Juventuses, Chelsea. So for him to get this opportunity, he's a very lucky boy. For Villa, I don't think they're lucky. I think they're getting a player that's not going to help them, and that's not going to help their cause. But when it comes to Manchester United, I'm over the moon that Sancho will not be another distraction with their team. He's just been a headache. It's been I've never seen an athlete like this in any sport where you just have opportunity to go to good organizations and compete, but just for the simple fact you were holding out for probably something close to your payday is ridiculous. Oh shit. Oh, sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good.
People texting me, what are you doing that? So yeah, great for hey. Salute Ineos. Again. They got it done at the last second. Doesn't matter. I guess in this situation, doesn't matter when you get it done. You got it done. And that's just a lot of stress it takes off the club. So I'm delighted with the progress of our window, I have to say. I'll give our window a 7.5.
Yeah, you jumping the gun. We're gonna get everybody's.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're gonna
Sorry
get
about that,
everybody's
Mikey.
number and
Delete that. Let me think about it. But
we're gonna get everybody's number and reason and why.
Yeah, I'm gonna change mine anyway. That was early. But yeah, happy with Sancho. I'm very happy with Sancho leaving. And next stateside Rich.
I'm hoping with this deal, now I'm gonna move forward. Everybody's relieved that Sancho's gone. I'm sure everybody hates Sancho here. It's just good for him to be gone. I'm just mad it's not a sale, but I kind of saw him. He's a weasel, and I kind of see him doing stuff like that, hedging his bet so he can still get his money. After the fact. So I saw him doing that. He's a scumbag. It's pure and simple. And I don't mean like as a person, just for what he's done
Exactly.
within this situation, right? This is scumbaggery. But the thing I will say that I like is that the team and Ineos, big up to Ineos. Ineos is showing like, hey, we want people that are going to be here that are not going to do shit like this, right, for the foreseeable future. So cool. Mr. Green, any thoughts on Sancho?
I'm like you. He's a scumbag. I think all of this, so we're not in Europe this year, right? So the wages get chopped by 33%. He gave up 180 at Chelsea, which would have given us some pounds in the bank, right? It's 20 grand less than what he's making.
Yeah.
Played himself.
Sucker
is right, man. Like, he's got the wrong handlers.
All right. Real quick, I know you're talking right now. Real quick, because it's the transfer show, some news has come in. Inquired loaner for Conor Gallagher, but
I just saw that.
Atletico Madrid were only willing to sell him permanently in the end, and I accept that they can't do everything in one window, and midfield is likely to be a priority in January or next summer. As Chris Wheeler, at least tier 1.5 journalist, I think is credible, and he's been the one saying this entire time we're not going to get a midfielder. So go ahead, Mr. Green. My bad.
No, I'm good. I'm just finishing off that Sancho scumbag move for 20,000, a week. He literally cornered United with a sale. Funds would have helped. Just a shitbag move from a shitbag player. So gone, garbage, out. Garnacho, more garbage, out. Anthony, we took a bath, out. And it's good. But the news that you just told that we're unlikely to get a midfielder, that's a little disappointing. That is a huge need. I love Cunha, love Mbumo, but we had a plethora of number 10s already. And don't get me wrong, I love both those guys, both exciting, fantastic. But I really think we need to plug a hole in the midfield.
Agreed. Especially now with Cunha actually being hurt. We'll get into the game. We didn't even get to talk about the game or nothing. Everybody hasn't met since that, so we could also talk about that game and how crazy it was. And I didn't feel good about winning that game either. I was glad to get 3 points, but we'll get into that. So the Le Mans deal, it looked like for a second it was going to be Emi Martinez. It looked like we was heavy in Emi Martinez. Everybody's yelling at me. He's the white Onana. He's the Argentinian Onana. Why do you want him? You're dumb. You're an idiot. You don't know ball. Shut up. That's what they're saying to me, yelling at me every day, calling me everything but a child of God. And I love it. That's football discourse in 2025.
That's a bit harsh, though. I mean,
Twice.
Emi Martinez, his good attributes is what we need. Someone who commands the box, someone who's a leader out there, someone who's a shot stopper, someone
who won shit. Someone who won shit.
Someone who's not doesn't make their fan base feel nervous. So that's harsh for them to say that to you, Mikey. It's very harsh.
I saw a compilation.
Even though my mom don't like him, that's very harsh.
I saw a compilation of his mistakes. And honestly, I think every goalkeeper has a mistake compilation, right? Especially now that Onana has kind of like revolutionized the era,
the genre,
of goalkeeper, right? So, with that being said, I've seen it, and he does make some real Onana-like mistakes. His positioning is weird, but I've seen him more times than not pull it, like be more consistent than Onana. So, I don't think it's accurate either, but people are going to say what they want, and I'm going to just, let it ride out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to fight you over somebody that's not at the club yet. Once they get to put the red on, then we can argue, but they're not there yet. It is what it is, Let's read some of these comments. So no midfielder no need to talk about it anymore. This is our team, like it or not. Yeah. Hi guys, big Snorlax in the building. Shouts. Can't get everything in one window, I guess. For all of us who want Mano to play, here it is. Bruno will move into the 10, and Manu will be in the 8. Martinez won with Argentina, who wasn't giving up shots on goal. For anybody that likes Martinez, you could go ahead and, say what you feel about that. I just feel like I love that United was like, hey, we're going to pick one of these guys, whoever signed first. Whoever get on the plane first. Whoever get on the plane first. And Lemons look back like, man, I gotta get out of here. Jumped on that plane to Manchester very fast. It got tracked all the way here. Once he got on that plane, I knew it was done. I knew it was finished. Brian, our new goalkeeper, our goalkeeping situation. What are you thinking, brother?
I like the Le Mans kid from what I've seen of him. He seems like what we need. He seems like he can stop shots. Be a little more commanding on, say, like corners, set pieces in his 6-yard box. I mean, I'm happy we got with somebody. I would have been okay pulling Kovar or Vidic back, honestly, too. But we got the men's coming, so that's great. And he seems like he's a good young goalie with potential to improve a little bit more. So I'm happy with it. I'm sick of Onana right now, to be honest. Like, I just don't want to see that guy. And buying deer don't make me feel any better. So, yeah, I mean, I think we had options in that position. I'm with Mr. Green and was really hoping we got a midfielder before a keeper, but we fixed, hopefully fixed the keeper problem. So I'm good with it.
Let me ask y'all: would you have rather do a midfield deal than a goalkeeper if you had to choose?
I would have.
Like if you had to choose, last hour of the window, Lemon's not here. He's not here. And you say, hey, we got Stiller, we got Baleba's out, but we got Stiller, we got somebody that could patch over in the midfield for the time being until we make the Baleba deal next season, or you go get the kid from Royal Antwerp and put him in goal. What do? Do you take the goalkeeper or do you take the patch over until you get Baleba next season?
That's a tough one. I mean, if you watch our last game, we still had goalkeeper issues.
Still had midfield issues too.
Yeah, we did, but sometimes when the goalkeeper makes a mistake, it ain't no coming back. I don't know. That's a great question. I honestly would actually want a midfielder, but that's only if Heaton was going to get the start for the rest of the season. That's my point.
Free Tom Heaton, bro.
I think a midfielder takes less stress off the goalkeeper. Is my thinking on it. So I would take Stiller over the Mens if it was between those two.
I would have taken Stiller myself. Yaska goalie, our goaltender made a mistake in the 13th minute against Arsenal. We could never claw it back. With a midfielder that passes the ball very well, commands the middle of the pitch. I don't care if we win 5-2. Right, 5-3. 3 points is 3 points. Clean sheets, that's just bonus money for keepers and defenders. So at the end of the day, put the club first, get to 3 points, and then we work from there. I would have taken the midfielder.
Ronaldo?
I'm torn actually, because if it was Baleba or Lamens right now, I would take Baleba, I think. But all the other options
over to Baleba.
Yeah, all the other a patch over, or locking up a keeper that could keep for us at least the next 5 years. I kind of have to side with the goalkeeper because just thinking back realistically, what was our main aim for this year? I mean, if we have a good goalkeeper and an okay midfield, I think we could get a European place. I don't know what kind. But we'll see. Like you guys said before too, when a goalkeeper make a mistake, it's a goal. So getting a good goalkeeper that improves our defense right away, and we wait for our top three to click up and sync up a little better, and see how the midfielders does behind them. Because I think with this formation, the midfield does not have that much to do, and they're trying to do the most, and that's fucking things up. So maybe they just need to simplify their football and use the 10s to advance the ball as fast as you can. Don't do no risky shit, and we'll win more games than we lose, basically, if we do that. So yeah, all in all, I think goalkeeper project wise is right now probably the best thing to do. And if Baleba is as certain as they think it is, maybe January and June we'll get him, and we'll have a real go at it next season. So yeah, it's a rebuild. So
yeah, 23 years old.
First summer also. So I don't think it's not bad. It's not bad.
23 years old, 5-year deal, 18.2 million. I think it's low risk, high reward there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't spend a whole fuck ton of money. And if you don't work out, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You can go back in and get something else. You got 2 keepers that you could possibly sell. So you get some money there. And then you still got Vitek, and you still got, waiting in the wings. Kovar waiting in the wings. And all else fails and everybody dies, you could play Tom Heaton.
I mean, it's like
that's what it's going to take for people to die before he gets to play, God damn it.
The one advantage we have now is a little time to do research on the midfielder. Yes, we all want Baleba, but we might be able to find 2 good midfielders at that price. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but we have time now because it's going to cost us 100. So if we're going to spend 100, let's see how he does right now. We got time, and we're gonna have some little change in the bank. We're gonna have a little money. We're gonna have a little money. So things. If we can get through January and stay where we at in eighth, I'll be happy.
Snorlax says really good questions. See both sides. Yeah. Me personally, if we're again Baleba, go get the goalkeeper for me. I think, and this is going to be controversial, but I think it doesn't matter who you get put in that 2. The 2 doesn't work. I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
of
it's just in our league, you're gonna get found out.
Burnley was playing it around us at times in that 2, and like I get that there's gonna be times like 90. When I say I want 90 minutes of good football, I don't mean like 90 minutes of us having the ball because that's impossible, right? What I mean is that like there's 90 minutes of maybe press, there's 90 minutes of attacking, there's 90 minutes of great defending. We get a little bit of each of those elements sprinkled through the game, and there's times where like these teams they come alive and then they start playing it around us, and like there's 2 times I get scared. Once when there's a long ball that gets to there's a diag that gets to somebody. It's 1v1 with it may be Luke Shaw or Dallo, and then there's not another soul in the midfield for another 5 to 10 seconds running in because we're playing so high and we just got the whole team just got beat through the middle with 1 pass. And then there's at keeper. I mean, at the keeper position when there's a set piece near the goal. Very, very scared in both of those situations, and that just seems to be when we give up goals, just in general. So I think the goalkeeper part, like Ronaldo says, gets us better instantly, but I'm ready for the Believer wave. I'm on the Believer wave. I think he is one of the best young midfielders in the world, ready to go now. He's literally a Rolls Royce, a young one ready to go right now. So, like, we'll see how he does this season. Maybe he regresses. Maybe the price comes down a bit or whatever the case may be. But you get that. You go and you spend that for that kid and go get that. Give him that money like how Liverpool went and give Isak that money. It made sense. It makes sense. We aren't spending money on a midfielder because we're saving that for Believer in June. Yeah. Goalkeeper for me. We could have went and got Adrian Rabiot. He's always there. He's always available.
No, he's signed with Milan.
He's like an ex that you have. That's just you can always call her at 3 a.m.
Yeah,
you can always call her. Like she has no problem with you coming over. You guys ended on good terms, and you can always call her at 3 a.m.
Yeah, she's always down for the man.
She's always down. She's very cool, but there's a reason she's your ex. Well, he wouldn't be an ex in this case, right? But he's just available like she would.
But he actually Milan got it for 10.
Milan, listen, they just needed something at 3 a.m.
That's facts.
They need something at 3 a.m. The last 4 games we played, it's all goalkeeper fault and Dallo. DJ got the radio. He's not wrong.
I thought Slave if you want. I thought the low on the left was interesting in the last game. He did have assists. He was more offensive for some weird reason. He was more attacking for some reason. But, where did our goals come from? Didn't it come from the right? Coming up on our right side?
Yeah.
Well, one of them was an own goal.
Yeah, okay.
So
and then one of them was the own goal was that set piece, right?
And Bumo came in with the pass back from the touchline from Dallo, which was great, a great run from Dallo, and he passes it back. It's crazy. 5 minutes before that, he loses the ball, and somebody's like, "That's why we got to get rid of Dallo. He's a liability." And then he does that right there, and I'm like, "Oh, there go Dallo assisting the liability." He's like, "I still want him gone," and I'm like,
"I think he's good for one good game out of 3."
That's fair.
NBA, it's not a great stat, by the way.
If we never see Gonana in goal again, yeah, that guy, He needs to get out of here.
No more.
Next summer, we're
No
going
more.
strong and fix the midfield. Belieber and Wharton, 100%. 100%. Tom Hean, I thought he was dead. So he's alive. It's just
He's
going to
just
take
third
people,
string.
it's going to take people to die before he plays. He obviously did something wrong to somebody.
No, it's the business. They if you got two guys that you're paying a lot of money to, even though this regime didn't sign them, it looks bad for you to. You know how poor pro sports are. You can't have the guy.
But what looks worse? The fact that
I
the two
agree.
guys that you paid
Agree.
can't do the job. That's like saying, you know,
Yeah,
we paid a lot of money for this, for our plumber to come fix the fucking place, but
Yeah.
we got shit on the floor everywhere. It's piling up. It's backed up in here. We did pay a lot of money, but we can't pay the other guy to come in and fix the thing. Like, no, let the best man for the job. The best man for the job. That's what it's
I don't
called. It's
know.
called meritocracy. There you go. You win. You're there on your merits. You're there because you're good. And I get what you're saying, 100%, Casey. Because like to spy on a guy for $50 million and then not play him is weird. But the guy in question is Andre Onana.
Yeah.
The guy in question is
if
Bindier.
Lamens does his job, our highest paid goalie is going to be on the bench anyways.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
it's the same thing as if Heaton was starting. So I think I don't know what it is with Heaton and Amarim, but
The only difference is a regime signed this goalie. This new staff signed this goalie. They're gonna make him their baby.
true.
Guys, he's
So.
English. He should have a God-given right to play for Manchester United. What's going on?
Yeah, he's from our academy, isn't he?
He from Manchester? What's going on? I think he's from Manchester. I don't know.
And he's part of the leadership group.
Like,
Give the man a game.
Give him a game. We
Give the
never
man a game.
play in actual games. He only plays in preseason games, and he always looks good in them. Why not? Why not? I don't know. That guy's the best job. I'm sure he's not complaining. He's like, guys, shut up.
I
They
would
might
love
actually
his
make me
job.
play.
Yeah, he's 39. He's
talking.
jealous.
Everybody shut up. I don't want to play. They'll stop paying me every
I
year.
like being third string.
You can say I want to play.
I would love his job.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
This ain't for us. This is for Manchester City is set to complete the signing of Gianluigi Donnarumma from Paris Saint-Germain. Insane. It's the rich get richer, don't they? They just got James Trafford.
I was just gonna ask you. I was gonna say that the rich are
James
getting
Trafford
richer.
right now.
Apparently, he's not good. They're not loving him. That they went and got another goalkeeper, but when you're rich like that, you can have two guys that are high paid and make them fight for it. Yeah, go figure. All right, we'll move on. I thought it was genius that they pump faked Emmy and let the ink dry on Sancho before they were like, nah, big man, we're actually gonna go this way. we're gonna sign this guy over here. So I like that.
That was savvy. Yeah.
Shouts to Ineos. Alejandro Garnacho on a deal, moved on a permanent. This is permanent. Okay, so we talked about one loan deal, one permanent deal. It's another permanent deal for Alejandro Garnacho. He's going to Chelsea. He's saying through the week, oh, well, I loved seeing Eden Hazard. So, that's why I support Chelsea a bit and
Really?
all this other stuff. And then he puts out, his video saying, thank you for 5 years at Man United and da-da-da-da. Let me ask y'all a question. Is all that goodbye video, rare tear, is that falling on deaf ears for y'all? Because this kid, to me, is a scumbag.
He's Sancho Light. He's Sancho Light.
Yeah, like for what he's done. Like I don't know the kid personally, right?
Yeah.
So that's just for the actions that he's done with trying to not taking the moves given to him and wait until he got this one. Like waiting for this one in particular, and like if this one wouldn't happen, is like what's to say that he would have left? This was bad. How do you feel about what he did, and then like the actual goodbyes and stuff?
Go ahead, Ronaldo.
Yeah, he had a nice little farewell message today, but
Did he?
all the actions prior and it was decent. Could have been chatty. could have been ChatGPT, but we don't know. It sounded like it could have been sincere. So at least he part it that way because he knows he's an academy graduate, and he basically says he'll never forget his time here. And thanks to the teammates and everybody else, and he had a great time. And he's basically said he always gave 100% on our shoot, which I believe. It just 100% wasn't good enough. And he's gonna give his 100% now where he goes. So a nice little message, but it's just so how the whole thing went down, and him. I guess it's not up to him to help the club get the most money. He probably just wants to move where he's the happiest. I guess that counts. But we don't know how much he's gonna play on that side. If it was playing time he was going for at Chelsea, I don't know. He's betting big on himself. I'll give him that. It's gonna be tough to crack. It's gonna be tough to crack that lineup.
Well, they just got rid of one of their wingers. I forget his name. The young
kid to Fulham, right?
Yeah, they let him go to Fulham. So maybe they're like, hey, they're making a little space for him to prove himself. It won't be as hard as we once thought. I forget his name.
Something like Luke.
No, I forget his name.
But we all know what you're talking about. Don't wreck your mind. Don't wreck your mind. Don't wreck your mind.
So, real quick, a quote from him. I don't want to make you guys mad real fast. Is I have a winning mentality. I have a passion and a big personality. It's a natural fit with a club like Chelsea, which has just won the Club World Cup, he said. Chelsea are at the top now, and it's important to fight for the club like the fans deserve. I watched the Club World Cup, and to join the world champions is special. It means we're the best team in the world.
Well, he's forgive me, Gen Zers. He's the typical Gen Zer. He's not able to handle consequences for your actions. Sometimes all of us in this group, when you make a mistake, sometimes you get punished and you have to deal with it, and you have to actually work harder. He always fought that. The kid came in his first introduction to the first team. He was late to meetings and he had to sit out some preseason matches. And I remember Bruno coming out and saying he just understands that he's got to understand he's a professional athlete and he's got to handle things, and hold him to a high standard. Boom, that was his first consequence. We don't need to get into the others. Garnacho is just the type of person who does not want to dealing with the consequences for his actions, and he takes it highly personal instead of being professional and understand. Just work hard. When the coach says stuff to you or didn't play you, I get it, but you can't come out and be rebellious on social media and stuff like that. But this generation doesn't understand that. They go out to social media and they broadcast it, and they do their revolution. Sancho's a very talented. I mean, Garnacho's a very talented player. We all rate him, but he's had the worst last 4 months out of any Manchester United player. The Aston Villa thing with kit wearing. Come on, he knew what he was doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And then you say these comments about Chelsea being whatever. He knows what he's doing. He's doing that to spite you, and you. He's not doing that to get back at the house. He's doing that to stick it to us because we're the ones that feel this shit. Be like, oh, so you're trying to say Chelsea Hazard is the guy you looked up to? All we heard about was CR7 the whole damn time. Now you talk about Hazard? Save that shit. But anyway, I'm happy for him. Move on.
One bit of news has just come by. Anthony Real Betis set to officially be announced soon, and they have a video of a fucking goat walking across the bridge.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they are ridiculous.
Is Garnacho's deal a 7-year deal, by the way?
Yes, 7 years, 40. Wait, well, let me make sure. I know it's 40 million.
But for 7?
7's wild.
Well, he gets to restructure his contract if he does well. So, like,
yeah, because
I think he's on a little bit more wages now. That he was only on what, like 50 or 60K.
I think it's 50 here.
Yeah, so let's see. It's a fixed fee. I can't see it. They're not letting me see it.
I didn't see his goodbye message.
Not seeing the
Um,
time.
well, how was it, Ronaldo? What did he say? Was he
Yeah,
saying that
he
he's
said, you know, forget his time here. And he loved his time here. And he always gave 100% for the badge. And yeah, he's looking forward to this new move.
it's good?
So
I
Just
can't
weird.
wait. I can't
It's
wait to throw him down on the ground. I can't wait for somebody to 2-foot him into the damn. And I don't wish nothing bad on him, nothing like that. But
Just a
you do
professional
all that.
tackle, a good
Shoulder charge.
professional tackle.
Shoulder charge will send him flying.
yeah, just a little.
He can get his
I
weight
want to
up.
see how tough he is now. I want to see how tough you are. But yeah,
You
40
gotta go.
million. I'm not seeing the years. 40 million.
70
We get a 10% sell on, and also because he's an academy graduate, that 10 million, that 40 million is more.
Yeah.
It's more than that. Not sure exactly how much more, but there's the academy multiplier with that. So we did good business there. We ended up getting to 40 million. I said we should have got. I said I went down to 30. I said 40. The second one was 40, and then the last one was 30. But we ended up getting 40 million. Well, we could have probably got another 10 million there. That's fine. I'll take the 10% fee. And yeah, good riddance to bad garbage. You know what I'm saying? Good riddance to bad garbage. That's just what it is. I'm about to spaz on these owners, man. No midfielder is mad. No midfielder is madness. I mean, I don't think like I said, bro, I'm not feeling, I just don't feel the two in general. I feel like there's a job for not Garnacho. Good Lord. Still got Garnacho on the brain. There's a deal. For Casemiro. There's a job for Casemiro to do in a midfield 3, especially if you're playing the CDM deep, and then you got your 6, or you got your 8, and you're playing 2 8s, and then you got somebody deep. You could let him bubble wrap the CDMs in front, so he could serve as like maybe a 5th defender that's just higher up. Like more of maybe you let him get into the attack as a CDM over time, but he's good there, but he could spray the ball from wide, and then he doesn't have to use his legs so much. He stays back on attacking, and it allows the wing backs or the left and right back to go forward. With that being said, that too, I don't care who you put there. I think Baliba will make it better, but I just think it's obvious glaring weakness in that midfield too. I don't know if it's because of players, but right now I just don't see it. Whoever you put there is going to have a hard time, and just in general. And I don't know. Anthony is out. Oh, happy days, DJ Ghost NBA. Yo, Dad of Serious. Sorry, boys. I'm late as I'm out. Hope you all are good. Yep. Is there any news of Colin Gallagher? Yeah, it's not happening. We just heard that they're likely not to buy a midfielder this season. They've been saying it for the last 6 hours, and with 20 minutes to go, it's not looking likely. Hopefully the fax machines are working. All right. So Sancho's gone, Lemon's in, Emmy pump fake, Garnacho's gone, Malacia is still here. So he is the failure of the entire thing that's going on here. And the fact that we still can't find a club for him. Ronaldo, what were we talking about earlier with his move?
It collapsed at the end because we were demanding an obligation to buy, which I think was kind of ridiculous on our part. I'm amused and glad we tried it, but to get anyone to be obliged to buy Taro Malacia right now is kind of criminal. I would just maybe obligation at most and see how the season plays out, and hopefully, he improves from what he did in PSV. Figure Elche might be good for him, or might be too hectic since it's the Spanish league. But yeah, that's what kind of iced the deal right now. So unless we go back on that, put change the obligation to like an option or something, we're not going to get rid of him with anyone, let alone Elche. So he's stuck with us, I guess. We might have to find another loan deal, maybe Turkey or something. The Turkish window gives us a little leeway after today. But yeah, he might end up staying, and he'll be right, I guess, basically training with the under 21s or something. How old is he? 22, 23?
Yeah, he's young. Oh, we got
Yeah.
some news on Victor Lindelof breaks his silence on Aston Villa move. He completely agrees with Marcus Rashford on key transfer detail. That's something to real from United District. That's going to be interesting. But yeah, Victor Lindelof got himself a move to Villa. So congrats to him. I don't think he's a bum. Never thought he was a bum. I just think that he wasn't made for what we needed. And good luck to him at Villa. Yeah.
It's 26, by the way. No, last is 26.
Yeah, he's old now.
Oh shit! I had my
Yep.
mic on. I was saying it. I had my mic on.
Yeah.
Shit.
Rasmus Højlund has joined Napoli on loan with the conditional obligation to make the deal permanent next summer. That just came in. So his paperwork's done. He's done and dusted. I didn't even have him written down here. Højlund is a special individual for me, is because and we'll be doing invites. I'll put the link for the invites once the hour is over for the transfers, so we could talk about the Burnley game. Because I know we all didn't get a chance to talk about that yet. But Rasmus is special to me because I think he handled the 20-year-old kid handled his transfer better than some of these senior players. He watched his replacement play in 2 games. He watched his replacement come in and be heralded over him. He didn't fuss. He didn't fight, at least in public. He didn't fuss. He didn't fight. He didn't go on social media. He didn't do none of that. Stayed the course, came out, clapped the fans, signed shirts, did all the stuff you asked him to do as a professional, right? And all he got was his job taken. Like, just imagine. I don't know how many of y'all, I've been fired before from a job. That shit's, I've trained my replacement before at jobs. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that dude was going to replace me until the first training was over. You know what I'm saying? So that's embarrassing. And now this is a world stage. You're 21, 22, 23 years old. And the guy handled it with such grace. I hope he does a good job at Napoli. I hope they pay him well. I hope he can eat all the fresh tomatoes and have all the hot young Italian things hitting him up. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you. What do y'all feel about Højlund? Go ahead, Brian. And then you, Mr. Green.
I agree with you on everything he said. He handled himself with professionalism and some grace. And for being a young kid, I never saw anything on social media about him, getting petulant, using social media as like a therapist kind of thing where he's just complaining. Yeah. And, I feel bad for that kid because I think there's a decent striker there. We just brought him in and threw him on the fire, and it didn't work. 20-year-old, you're going to start for United the team's in a bad situation. The fan base is pissed off and has been for years. We didn't do him any favors. The fan base just roasted him every game. Still came to work, still did his job. And it just, different times. I think the loan's great for him because we'll see where we're at next year. You know what I mean? And see where he's at. And it might work in the 26-27 season. And if it doesn't, then, I hope he does well at Napoli. McTominay is going to show him around. He's got his buddy there. Yeah. You see McTominay going Mamma Mia from missing goals and shit now. He's full Italiano now. McTominay just absorbed it. But I wish him the best, and I feel bad for him sometimes because he did try hard and it just didn't work.
Mr. Green?
I agree. I've been his biggest critic. I absolutely love the way he's handled himself over the last month. I think he's got good people around him.
Yeah.
People who are filling his head with realistic things.
Yeah.
And that's what I think the difference is between all the other guys and Højlund. He has people who are saying, hey, look, your time here hasn't been all that good. Let's circle back. Let's take a loan. And we'll take it from there.
Yeah, facts.
He absolutely has handled himself with the utmost professionalism, and I applaud him for that. And like you guys, I hope he bounces back. I hope he scores a ton of goals. I wish nothing but the best for that young man. So, God bless, Godspeed. I hope he does well, because out of the bomb squad, he has ultimately been the consummate professional. So I'm with you guys. Well done, Rasmus. Didn't translate on the field here at Man United. It's a different beast. So much pressure. And that's what I worry about going back to this Lemens kid. He comes in, lets in a couple of frongos off the bat. Pressure cooker. But as far as Hoyland goes, God bless him. I wish him well.
He wasn't even considered a bomb squad guy,
Nope.
So it's his quota, but his position was always under a dark cloud from how poorly he performed last year. But I always said, business wise and for his career, probably the loan will be best for us and him. Get playing football, because he's not going to have much football to play here. Get your form back, get your basics back, and get your bravado and stuff back. Because he had shimmers of it the first year. He's definitely, like, when he's in form in the right headspace and getting the service, he has the finishing that I like from a striker. Either foot, powerful finish, doesn't hesitate, and just for whatever reason he strayed away from that and lost his way. So hopefully he finds it there. If he stays at Napoli permanently, go somewhere else, great. He could come back and give Šeško a run for his money, especially if Šeško doesn't have a good year. As we have that option to bring him back home and see what's good. So I'm glad for him that you got to move, and definitely hoping for the best for him and for us.
I think Just Kareem is saying something very interesting here. Hoyland is an indictment on our ability, our lack of ability to feed a striker in the box, then blame the striker. Šeško learning that the hard way too. Now, I disagree with this for one reason. When he's not somebody that puts himself in the best positions either to get on the end of goals. One. Two, a striker, sometimes you don't get service. You have to find yourself in positions to be. There's other things you can do. And I always bring up this one person, Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus is an absolute scumbag to defenders, right? He does everything else when he does. He's not ever scored high. He's been on winning teams or really good teams. He's never scored high. It's because he does everything else well when he's not playing, to where he might not get service, but he's finding himself in space. He's finding himself getting at defenders and not just tussling with them and falling on the ground, right? Also, the guy has some tech, more than what Hoyland ever had. Hoyland gets the ball, and you can see that he starts buffering as soon as he gets it. And it's at 38% and on dial-up, okay? You see, and I'm not saying this to slate him. I'm just saying this at the point. It's like you have to be able to do multiple things at the striker position and gain rhythm. United now, what I will agree with, we have this thing with not giving people service, but this 21-year-old kid wasn't the finished article and shouldn't have been given the reins at Man United to bring us back to the glory days, right?
Yeah.
So that's where my hang up is for us and our responsibility, because we aren't the finished article whatsoever. And we're asking this kid to come into this big club and do blah, blah, blah. But also, he had issues with his play style that I don't think I think Šeško might be the same, but I think he's a little bit more closer to the finished article than Hoyland was with his output, with him being able to have the output he's had in other leagues. So we'll see. We will see. I think time will tell.
One thing about the Rasmus deal is there's a conditional obligation to buy if they make the Champions League.
That's easy.
Yeah, so
Anthony is gone. Anthony moved to Real Betis on a permanent transfer. That deal's done. So
yeah,
with 10 minutes left in the transfer window, everybody's gone just about except from last year, bro.
Yeah.
Let me read some of these comments real quick. Good point, Kareem. Spot on, Kareem. The club didn't do good by him. I mentioned that's why it needs to be useful. That's fair. Good, not go. Šeško in the same position at 22 years old. That's why he's not getting starts. I don't know if that's the reason. I don't think that's the complete reason why, but Sheshko, I feel like, is more closer to being finished at the finished article than Rasmus was.
Still
But
a
it's too
season.
early. It's too early to tell for both of them. Well, for Sheshko now, but he did get onto the end of one that I thought he should have buried at Burnley. It was a free, and he didn't. He got over the top of it. Still, and also he's just gotten there. To compare the two of them when he hasn't even bedded in yet, I can't do that yet. But fair enough. That's a fair. Sheshko looked quite lively in the past few games, even though he didn't score. Plus, he had a lot of service versus Burnley. Towards the end of the game, he started putting the head on the ball. Ivan Toney was the guy to get, but our club is on this. We need young players with sell-on value now. I wanted Ivan Toney bad. Ivan Toney will break his nose. He will break his nose to get a goal, like to get the ball in net. MUFC made no payment to Anthony to settle the remainder of his contract.
Yep.
Damn. Fuck
Yeah,
off.
and we get a 50% sell-on clause.
Pay the money, Real Betis, you scumbag. Pay the money, my lord. Like, what is going on? But it's still a bit early to judge Sheshko. Yeah, it's way too early. Way too early. But
I think Sesko's in a better situation compared to Rasmus. He's got two mature wingers. I mean, number 10s who actually read the game versus what Rasmus went through. So, and I feel Rasmus' situation was such a tough one. It was such a tough one, and but I think Sesko's in a better situation.
it's one of those.
Hopefully.
Yeah, this is one of those indicators where you could look at the club and look at the situation and be like, "This, you just weren't set up for success here."
Yeah,
But also you didn't cover yourself in any glory in that second season. Like you didn't. Some guys could transcend the issues that's going on around them, right? They're just ballers. No matter where you put them, they're gonna ball. And like he just wasn't that. But that's a tough ask. And how many people in the world are like that, right? How many people need and require service? I just don't think service is just a prerequisite to like. Sometimes you're not gonna get that, but that's why you got to be clinical. You might get that shit 3 times. You need to finish it on that third or second time or whenever.
I think Sesko had 6 shots against Fulham, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. If he continues on that path, we'll start saying, "Yo, he's wasteful." Look at his shot rate. Look at that. Like, yo, he doesn't look at his conversion rate. He doesn't put them away. We'll start saying shit like that down the line. But we need more clinical at this clinicality.
That's funny, Mikey. You already announced the deal was finalized, and Manchester United just released it right now.
Tier one journalist. So we already talked about. We got Anthony's out of here, and good. 63 games, 8 goals, 4 assists. The worst Manchester United signing.
No, he's not.
He is the worst
No,
Manchester United signing
No,
of
he's
all
not.
time.
I'm giving that to Sancho all day.
He is the worst Manchester United signing of all time because he cost more money than Sancho.
Did
we pay like 90 for that guy?
We chased Sancho for 2 years.
Only Paul Pogba was worse because his deal was so high, and then he walked on a free. So that made him the worst financially. But if you look at his numbers as far as compared to the other sorry guys, it's Anthony.
What? Guys, why do I feel worse about Sancho in my heart? Like, I just, it's like,
because he's a punk ass.
Yeah, he quit on us. Anthony quit on us.
Sancho got adversarial with us, like, I feel. Whereas Anthony was just kind of, I only want Betis. But Sancho was like trying to fuck us. Like, he actively was trying to screw the club.
That's a good debate, though.
So did Anthony. He refused to move to Saudi, refused to move to Bayern, and cost the club £15 million.
He moved
to Seville
over there.
Yeah, he moved the family.
No intentions of doing anything else. Who posted this?
Yeah, that was known for weeks.
Did somebody post this on the Stateside Reds? Any one of you guys?
I
Yeah,
think
the
I did.
Garnacho thing.
Yeah.
The Garnacho thing, I did it. Yeah, I just did
Okay,
it.
cool. I was wondering. I'm like, are we getting hacked? Is Garnacho hacking us? But yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I'm right there with you with Sancho. But for the amount of money, if we're talking about the amount of money
Yeah.
for them too,
Financially, the worst deal. Yep.
he's the worst deal. He is the
No,
worst
Sancho
deal.
had a good deal.
Garnacho. I mean, this is what gives me. This is why I say Anthony. Ten Hag believed in Anthony so much that we almost did not get to see Ahmad play.
Ten Hag got himself fired already.
Ten Hag got his ass fired already in 3 games. I think
That's
it's 2 games.
crazy.
That's crazy.
What's
I mean,
funny
he
is we've had
wasn't performing well
three
in the
former
preseason.
managers get shit canned, and people were
In
like,
1
"Bring
week.
Jose back, bring Ole back," and nobody's saying bring Ten
No,
Hag
we
back.
don't re-up.
Not
We
one
don't.
person.
You never re-up with a bad connect.
I don't
No.
want any of them
We
back, but
don't go back to
yeah.
X's. All right, we
Yeah,
go forward.
I don't
to
want
new
any of them
gal.
back.
We go to new gal or new things. But yeah, I'd only say Anthony because of money, and he was at the club the entire time.
Yeah.
Sancho was at other clubs, having his wage paid by other clubs. Anthony was here the entire time on 100K
Mm.
every week coming out. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Come on. At least Sancho was getting his shit paid elsewhere. That at least. So I got to give it to Anthony. Sancho's a close second, and I think after that, you got to say like Alexis Sanchez is somewhere in there.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I just saw something posted on Hoyland. 72 million, 95 appearances, 26 goals.
For us.
There you go. Hey,
That's a big deal too.
Maybe he comes back and does more of that. Maybe you know he goes and we don't
Double
know.
up.
You know. Good luck to you, young man, and I hope you do well in Napoli and bring them the title again. We don't
So
have to
how much
worry
did
about you
Anthony
when I'm in Europe.
cost? How much did Anthony cost again? I don't mean to go back on
I
that.
think he was 90.
Damn,
Anthony-
he did beat Sancho. Sancho
Anthony
was
was
73 million
expensive.
pounds.
He was 86 something.
Sancho was 73 million pounds.
Yeah. And we
All
chased him for 2 years.
2
We chased
years.
him for 2 years on top of that. But I got to give it to Anthony just based on the money and then the output. The output for
Yeah.
money, the output for money is insane. Like but a little bit respect for him. The guy worked hard. You know, he probably wasn't the best, but he worked hard he wanted to play for us. He wanted to stay for us. It just didn't work out. That's all.
Yeah.
And I hate that he had to go through all that mental stuff, you know. That shit comes with it, you know what I'm saying? But you also didn't help us out when it was time for you to move. You gave us your ass to kiss. So I gotta I gotta point that out too. Fair is fair. You know, you moved to this place that were playing like they didn't want to buy you, although they were buying other people the entire time. And you end up moving for what, 20 million? That's what it was? Like, come on, man. Come on. Just bullshit from him. Glad he's gone too. Not a problem guy. Well, he was a problem guy in other areas of the pitch that I'm not gonna get in with, you know. But
it's funny though. All of these guys went to the teams they wanted to go. I feel like the teams on the other end were telling them shit. Because Rashford got to Barcelona. Next subject. Anthony got to Baptiste. Garnacho got to Chelsea. Those clubs were, you got to understand, like how Liverpool, I don't want to bring them into, is doing Newcastle.
we're gonna talk about Liverpool.
There's two people involved with these parties. I think these clubs are telling these dudes, just hang out, hang back. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. You know. So
That's just terrible.
it is. That's my point, Mr. Green. It's terrible.
Yeah, we have to look and see what Chelsea does. I'm just looking at a graph and their sales, and they must have a gag order on their guys just to say, you know what, shut your mouths or your contract's going to be null and void. They made $300 million this summer.
Made?
Chelsea.
They
And
won the Club World Cup. That paid them
that
a
gave him
lot of
100
money.
million, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but their
It was
sales
10
200
million
million.
just for participation. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but we're talking like Bournemouth is up there this year. They made a killing. So at the end of the day, whatever their issues are at their club, it stays within the club, and they're able to make these sales, right?
Do you guys know? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Green. I think the Nico Williams deal to Bayern Munich is going to end up be worth 65 million. How
Yeah,
did Chelsea do that for him to Bayern Munich? They're smart. How does that happen, Mr. Green?
Windows
they got
closed.
yeah, they have some good people, and they know how to handle their business. They know how to handle their players. There
Oh
has to
my
be
God!
right.
And the word, go ahead.
You think about what Sancho, Anthony, Rashford. You think about what they call Garnacho. You know, they cost us money this year. Like, we're not even in the top 5 doing business, like, period, ever, because of the money these guys cost us. You know, had Garnacho handled himself right, we might have got another 10, 15, 20 million pounds out of Chelsea. You know, Rashford, show up, work hard. We might have got some money out of Rashford. But the way these guys handled themselves and the way the club allowed them to handle the situations cost us dearly.
The window is closed as of 1 minute ago. So Man United go at least the next couple months without a midfielder to aid, whether it be Bruno or
Well,
Kobe or Garnacho. I mean,
we haven't
Garnacho.
heard the latest on Mount
Casemiro.
and Cunha's injuries, have we?
Nope.
No,
So
might not be
there's
just here.
opportunity now for Kobe to be involved. Hopefully he grabs that and takes hold of that. I heard Cunha walked out of the stadium with nothing, no boot, nothing. He just walked out. Mount, no, nothing. Nobody knows anything about Mount, and it's a shame. But
Oh, Mason
Kobe have
Mount's
his
hurt
opportunity
again?
now.
Oh, man.
Say that again, Mikey.
I said Mason Mount's hurt again? Oh, wow.
Shocking.
Is it? No, I'm just
Stunner.
No.
joking.
Stunner.
Um,
About the
oh, you
midfield,
wanted
I'm
to talk
hoping.
about Liverpool? Oh, never mind.
No, I
Now I
want
want
to actually pivot now that, and I'm gonna let you have the floor,
Mhm.
Ronaldo, right after I say this.
Yeah, sorry,
I
Ronaldo.
wanted to
I'm a
pivot
dick.
to the Burnley game. I had Kareem. First off, everybody, if you haven't gotten a chance, go ahead and get over to our Instagram. Go ahead and just add us, follow us on Instagram, man. Kareem reached me on Instagram, and we've been talking football ever since. So go on there. If you want to talk to us, we're all on the Instagram. Go on there. We talk ball on there all the time. Go ahead, Ronaldo. But I want to talk about the Burnley game after Ronaldo's
Yeah.
statement.
I was just saying, this is another window where we have not invested properly in our midfield, and I think every window since Fergie left, we've been piecemealing it, from Fellaini to the midfield to Pogba to Matic, well, and the Herrera before those guys. Some
What was the
windows we
Fred
didn't even
one?
buy a midfielder. Fred, yep, and then Bruno in a January window. So we've never, since we lost Scolzi and those guys, fully fixed our
Carrick.
midfield with some bona fide solutions. And hopefully this is the last window that happens. Hopefully it's along with Baliba, we bring competition and depth, because midfield is the way, man. If midfield ain't it, we're gonna be in trouble. So we solved everything so far. We could, I guess, assume we revamped the front line, we revamped the defense a little bit. Keepers an improvement and an investment, and let's see what we do with the midfield. Ineos project is on, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just hearing a little bit of echo coming from your mic. That's why I keep muting you to see if it's you. But yeah, I just keep hearing like what I don't know if you have it going on in the background or
Just my
what.
speaker here.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it now, so that's
All right,
good.
cool.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it now. All right, we're gonna look ahead. Yeah, I can still kind of hear it now, actually. But we're gonna look ahead to. I got a lot of comments to read, and then we'll look ahead to look back at the Burnley game. Very frustrating game. I was not happy about it, and I got some things to say about that. And I know, and I'm gonna open the floor to people coming on. After we get everybody's thoughts here, I will open the floor to people that want to come on and talk crazy and do all of that. So right after that, but the window has closed. Been closed for 4 minutes now. Man United has not got a midfielder. Just for the record, for anybody that's not joining us, RSV. I like to give this window. I would give this window a 6 out of 10 because we did not address the midfield area, and we didn't get rid of the other deadwood like Casemiro, Delos, Shaw, Maguire, Onana, and Bayindir.
Huh.
Yeah, you're not going to get rid of all of those players in one.
You're not getting rid of Shaw or
but ineos weren't at fault for Mount, Sancho, Mount, Anthony, Casemiro being on enormous wages because it was the previous management and ownership that caused all of this, and Rashford as well. Yeah, for
fucking
sure.
weirdo.
ETH destroyed our club with the 600 million he wasted on terrible players. Those are also his first choice targets. He needs to be investigated for his crimes to football. What an awful manager he was. Agreed. Anthony was 82 million in pounds. Yep. Cunha has a hamstring injury. Yeah, it looked like it. Malachia's got full of
4 weeks at the
Illuminati
least.
energy. Disappears for months. No injury updates. No signings. No nothing. Next thing you know, he'll real play in perfect health like he's been chilling at a lodge. I ain't seen him.
Who?
I haven't seen him. I didn't even see him at PSV when he went there. Malacia. So, yeah. All right. I said it. And, yeah, I'm still hearing some echo.
Hello.
I mean, I'm hearing it. Yeah, I think Malacia knee is just overdone. But yeah, we're just gonna power through, man. But just next time we just gotta come on earlier so we could sort out the audio beforehand. But my apologies to those that's listening, maybe in headphones. Burnley. I think a very weird game in Burnley. I wasn't happy at the whistle. Even though we won, I didn't cheer for that penalty. I don't think that's a penalty, honestly. I don't think that. I think it's very soft. I think it could have went either way. I understand why it was given as a penalty. I understand the idea of it. The shirt was pulled, and maybe you give that as a foul anywhere else on the other side of the in the pitch. So I understand. I feel like it started a little bit outside of the box. That's what made it not a penalty for me. At least that's the foul continued into the box, but it starts outside the box. So not really. That's not a penalty to me. I feel like if we get that done to us, I'd be pissed. I mean, done against us, I'd be pissed. So that was my thing. And when we scored it and Bruno was celebrating like he just won the World Cup or something, I was interested because it was like him missing that last one just was so bad. And that did so much into his mentality. And I think it gave a good look at where he is in his thinking for him to be that elated for that kind of penalty. And the penalty, shit, he almost got it saved. No, it's not 100% a penalty. Everybody's saying different things, so it's not 100% of anything. It starts outside the box and continues into the box. And like us, and you wouldn't be saying that if it happened to us. You would say never a penalty if it happened to us. So I don't like this 100% thing as if we're wrong for saying that. Everybody has a conflicting opinion on it. And for me, it just starts too late outside the box. We got lucky. We looked like we were going to score. We took too long to do that. 20-some odd shots again. And if anybody wanted to blame this on someone, this is the time you say the players got this one wrong. The players couldn't score in a brothel. The players, for whatever reason, just weren't taking the shots the first time, or just were just inept. Couldn't hit the side of a barn with a 22. It's sad because that's going to get Amorim his job lost, and then people are going to wonder about him and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't happy with that. I wasn't happy with how the manager was acting and moving around, squirming around, and doing all of that stuff. I don't that get in the technical box and have some fucking composure about yourself. But I'm not saying anything about that. What did you guys think? I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'm also hearing a lot of feedback, so I don't know what's going on.
I was on mute, so it ain't me.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but just go ahead.
I'm always going to be happy when we win, and I get everything you're saying, Mikey. But I've watched us be at the. But I didn't really look at it like that. It was a weird game, of course, because every time we scored, we conceded quickly. That's still another weird attribute about we've seen over the last 2 years. We did get 26 shots, 6 on target. Um, we had 62% compared to Burley's 38%. But it was just one thing I and I'm just gonna say about what we've seen over the last previous years. Once a team gets comfortable with us and finds their way, it's so hard for us to get back control. I don't know why that happens so much. And I only thing I can attribute it to, and I know we're beating a dead horse. Is that what it's called? A dead horse is dead. It's this two-man midfield thing. We were counting we were watching our attack and we'd be like, okay, so we got 3 strikers attack, 2 midfielders attack, and then Lenny Euro's up there. We're like, so who's back on defense? It would be Luke Shaw and DeLitt are the only 2 back. You can't expose yourself like that. You can't. I understand. We're not that guy. We're not that guy. I hate to say it. We're not that team where we can only rely on 2 defenders. We can't do that because you're going against teams that if Burnley, if no, that's the Burnley. If Fulham can get possession, pass around that initial attack, you're asking 2 guys to be responsible for your defense. I'm sorry. I think it's a bit aggressive. I don't know how you feel about it, Coach Frank. I feel like it's a bit aggressive to be pushing fucking 8 guys forward. Because we counted it. It would be Delo, fucking Cunha, um, all 3 attackers, Ahmad, both midfielders, and then Lenny Euro was in the box. So that means there's only 2 people versus with the goalie back on defense. I think that's a bit aggressive, especially if you're not clinical. I can see if we were banging in 4 goals a game, then you can be like, yeah, this makes sense. But it does. Oh shit. I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense to me, Coach Frank, and I need your thoughts on this. I think we're being a bit ambitious right now, early in the stages where we need wins. We need to be more. I'd rather see us win with more guys back. You don't have to have 5 guys back on D. Just don't have 2. I just don't get it, Frank. I don't get it. We're putting ourselves in bad situations. And we were lucky to get this win against Burnley. I was happy. If you saw the LA group, we shared like we won the fucking Premier League title. Because we just are starving for victories. And I'm with Mikey. Yes, it's not a happy win because it doesn't come off like it doesn't come off a clear-cut victory. It came down to a tricky call. You know? I'm scared of Amron's tactics and I'm scared of his rigidness. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. I'm happy for the win, but still there's still problems and he's too rigid for me. And he said after the game in the press conference, he said, guys, I understand what everybody's saying. He said, I played in a 4-4-2. I played in all these 4-man back. He says, I know how to coach it. But he says, well, the day I see we need to get out of this system, I will change it. He said he hasn't seen it yet. I'm like, wow.
What else do you need to see?
Yeah, what else do you need to see, bro? Okay, that's it.
I'm playing this
happy.
video. I'm playing this video because it happens outside of the box. It just so happens that the ref is not looking at it until it's in the box. The foul starts outside. It's from the point of the foul, and we have the benefit of VAR to look back at it and say, "Hey,
that's not our problem, Mikey.
Actually started here." No, it's not our problem. But it's scumbaggery.
But it's the referees. The referees have had problems for years. Yeah. It's about time we get a call. And I get it. I know what you're saying, Mike, because we were like, oh, no, that's outside the box. That's outside the box. Yeah. Everybody in our group was like, that's outside the box. But that's not our problem. It's not our problem.
clear as day. It's happening, and then he goes down, and we don't even know if he's even getting to that ball. Whatever. I understand.
It's not a problem, Mikey. Don't let that worry your head, my brother.
What'd you say, Mr. Green?
Don't grab the shirt.
Yeah, that's a nice
Fair
thing.
enough. Fair enough. Don't grab the shirt.
Don't grab the shirt, right?
Don't do
You know,
that,
the
but-
clutching, the grabbing, it's become acceptable now to tug a little bit, and Casey and I are old enough to come from an age where, that stuff was non-existent. I can think back to the 1986 World Cup, no diving, no crutching, it was just football. Play it, enjoy it. It was beautiful. Don't grab the shirt. That penalty shot, he wasn't going to get to the ball from what I could see. It was a needless, stupid, emotional foul. Don't grab the shirt. And that call doesn't get called. They get 100%. The point, 2-2 time.
VAR looks at that and says,
but isn't
hey, that happened in the box. No,
Mikey,
it happened before the box.
But isn't the shirt pull? Oh yeah, you're right, and I get what you're saying. It happened before
That's
the
what
box.
I'm saying. It's like you when it happens at any else place on the pitch, you'll say, "Oh, it happened here," and let's place the ball here to start. Just saying. You would say it happened here. It happened here, and Ahmad goes down. And when the coach sees it, when the ref sees it, he's in the box. So he calls it a penalty at that point. Then when he goes to VAR, it's already been called as a penalty. It's not anything else. So now you have to go against and see clear and obvious. Clear and obvious. You have to do that now.
You know what's funny? That Twitter grunt shit said, Aarons noted United's failure to control the game despite early dominance, while Burnley Scott Parker expressed frustration with the VAR's role in a late penalty decision, gave United the win.
I'm not wrong on it. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying this is what happened.
That's what you're saying.
There's
it
referees
came down to that late
there's
VAR
referees
decision.
even saying I wouldn't have gave that a penalty. So they're saying you're wrong, you're right. There's refs saying they wouldn't have gave that, and there's refs saying that they would have. So nobody's to say. Y'all got this thing about being right and wrong. I'm just saying.
Oh, not me. I'm wrong all the day.
And what? And then I'm also saying the fact that we have to let that be the decider is the bigger theme of all of this. Y'all are hung up on the fucking penalty. I'm saying the fact that had to be how we got ahead is a bigger indictment of us than anything else. Okay, so get deep that part. Like, fuck the actual penalty. You know what I'm saying? Just like Mr. Green said, don't grab the shirt. Don't grab the shirt. If he doesn't grab the shirt, he just goes down and it just hits it, clips a leg. Cool. But that foul happens way before that time. And then he flops down into the ground on that. It looked soft as hell, too. It looked soft as fuck.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Like, from where he even fell, it wasn't where he was being pulled at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was well won by Ahmad. Well won penalty.
No, he sold it. He did a good job.
Hey, I'm with you.
I am not listening to y'all because if this happened against us, y'all would be on this bitch crying. So I'm not listening to y'all. I'm glad we won. I'm just mad that it took that when we had 26 shots.
Yeah, that's why.
You're right, Mikey.
We're not tripping up the win as much because it was a close one. We were tied with Burnley to the last, and it was that kind of call to get us a penalty. And Captain Stone Cold, he buried it. Like it was by the keeper before he got down on the ground. So it was a good penalty. But
very good penalty.
I definitely would be upset if that was called against us because the pulling started from outside for one, and then the sheer gravitational force of the penalty spot. The penalty box brought down Anthony.
Exactly.
Brought down Ahmad, sorry.
That's the rule is the rule. You see how y'all get?
I just see it as a makeup call.
The gravity is different in the penalty box. That's all I got to see, man.
We didn't get the call against Arsenal. We got this call.
That's what I said. I said, hey, if that Cunha kick in the legs wasn't a foul, then this isn't one. Justice. Yeah. But that's 100% not a penalty. I'm one of those people that I
don't know if it's 100%.
If you're wrong,
nothing's 100%, right?
If you're wrong, yeah, it's not 100%. If you're wrong, I'm gonna just call it, or like what I think is wrong, right? I think that it's not, but like everybody has a conflicting opinion on it, so that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know, but I think the undeniable part of it, like this happened outside of the box, gang.
It's weird though.
It's not once he crossed that line, then he decided to go down at that point, man. But you know what? We won, and we're gonna get a couple of those every so often.
And I think on the balance of things, we deserve to at least get a point out of that game. If not three. So,
in every sport we know today, if you get caught pulling a shirt, it's some type of penalty. It's just soft like that. We're just soft now. Everything is soft.
It's a foul for sure. But it's like holding. These guys are grabbing each other's shirts on corners all the time. It doesn't matter if you see it or not. It's holding only if I see it. That's how holding works. You know what I'm saying? So like, if we look at every penalty that happened this weekend on this match week, then there'd be a penalty on every fucking corner. If we look at shirt pulling, if shirt pulling is what y'all are standing on, then every penalty this match week.
It's not what we're standing on.
No, I'm talking about the chat. The chat's like, I'm wrong and all this other stuff. If that's what y'all holding on to, is shirt pulling. I don't think anybody knows what handball is after that Fulham game.
That's another rule that is just bizarre.
Is that the Chelsea game?
Yeah.
That was a mad. I don't understand. I don't know. Let's not get into it. I want to waste my emotion.
The rule used to be the hand has to play the ball. From here down, you have to intentionally play the ball with your hand, because if you don't know anything about it, guy hits a full volley, that ball's traveling at 130 kilometers an hour. You're not getting out of the way.
In 5 feet.
In 5 feet.
Yeah, and what's a natural position for a human being?
You're falling to protect yourself from falling down, and the ball hits your hand. It's a handball. For me, go back to the old way. It has to be intentional. And if you can prove that it's intentional with the VAR, then it's a handball. If it isn't intentional and it's easy to see, it's not a handball. That's the way I look at it.
Is everybody happy with the win?
Yeah.
I'm happy we won. I'm not happy with the win.
Yeah.
That's not me, Mikey. I don't know what you just said,
I'm happy we got 3 points. I'm not happy the way we did it.
Yeah.
I would like to see us win from open play goals, not OG, and not tying it up 2-2 and leaving it to bullshit flopping in the box, possibly.
What's the chat saying?
They're saying it's the rule, so it's a pen. All of a sudden, they're black and white and don't see nuance.
I love
all of a sudden, because it happened for us. That's all it is. It happened for us. That's why everybody's like, it didn't happen. But like, no, bro, no. I'm
surprised we got it. Tell you the truth.
Yo, I didn't know. I was like, I don't know. It looks like he goes down as soon as he crosses that line. But once again, happy to win. I would like to be happy to win. I would like to see us win more comprehensively, especially against a Burnley side that just came up. That's the other part of it, especially since we did what we did against Grimsby Town the week before that. I mean, the game before that, and then the game before that against Fulham, and then the game before that against Arsenal. So, like, I'm definitely not happy. Like, when Mbumo scored, I'm like, bet, yes. That's the kind of goal I want to see. Like,
yeah.
That was great. I loved that. Jumped out my seat. I was happy for him. And then just to fuck around and, not be able to just inept in front of the goal. Ahmad has all day to finish something. It's, oh my God. It's just, we're in front of the goal. Dubravka was having a fucking game.
Yeah, he was.
We used to play for us. He's having a damn game. He won the FA Cup with us. Was it the FA Cup or the League Cup? I think it was the League Cup. He won the League Cup with us. One of them.
No, he won the FA Cup when we beat City. He was with us, wasn't he?
I don't know. That's why I said one of those cups. It was one of those cups on the Eric Ten Hag.
With Ten Hag when we won the Carling Cup.
It was season 1.
Yeah, it was the Carling. You're right.
Yeah. So Oh, Brian, I muted you, but you could come off mute. Like I'm just muting for when to see if I can get rid of the sound. It sounds
I
good.
mute my.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. So, we're gonna take you guys' thoughts on the game in general, and then we'll go to the lines to see what people are saying, and then we can wrap.
Yeah, I'm just happy for the 3 points. We're a little better in attack. We had a lot of shots. Some of them, I don't know if the goals are small in character or what, but we couldn't hit a barn house on Saturday. That was very frustrating. Sure it was for everyone else. Just hitting over bar and not good shots, not hitting the target. So that was one thing that was really annoying about the game. I liked our goals. The own goal was because of a good attack, a good set piece, a good head on that hit the post by Casemiro and bounced out the defender. But we caused the trouble, and the second goal that Mbeumo scored, that was a brilliant counter attack, and it was like right after we conceded. So I like the mentality of the team for that, just to come back like right away.
Quick news.
Yep.
Harry Amas has joined Sheffield Wednesday on a season-long loan.
Oh, it's not official. I thought that was official already. Yeah, good for him. I hope he balls out there. They've been going through a lot of trouble.
He's gonna be good for them. He's gonna be great for them. Shouts to Harry Amas. I think
one of our young strikers left. Wheatley left.
Yeah, a few days now.
Yeah, for a minute now on him.
Shout him out.
Shouts to Wheatley. Big up your damn self.
Go sell some goals, buddy.
We want y'all back. So the point is for y'all to come back. So play your lives out, play your fucking socks off, and get back for sure. Sorry, Ronaldo, I cut you off for that bit of news.
The biggest surprise of the game, Delo had a good game from the left hand side. That was the biggest surprise of the game for me. I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but Delo had a good game on the left hand side. I'm not saying I like Dorgu. I like how he looked so far. He looked really bad on Wednesday, but who didn't look bad on Wednesday? Yeah. So I mean, it's like another option, I guess, because don't y'all think Marzari coming on kind of like flipped the whole game? I can't remember if he came on before or after Burnley equalized, but they didn't see any of the ball when he was on the field. He was just leading attacks. I think he was pretty solid for us, and I'm looking forward to see where he fits in the squad going forward too.
Bro,
yeah, 3 points. We gotta be long season. We'll figure it out.
I'm glad you brought up Maz, because I was waiting for him to come back and be, he's a Swiss Army knife. He play anywhere.
Solid baller, man. Solid baller.
So I'm glad you gave him his bit of flowers there. Mr. Green, you want to take it away for your thoughts on the Burnley game? Then we'll get Brian, Casey, and then we'll open the lines up. Hold on, let me take you off mute. That'll help. Go ahead.
I already talked about Burnley. Just do Brian. I already talked about Burnley.
Okay.
So not impressed with the team play. I get what Casey's saying, but when we're stranded with 2 men at the back, it's because people aren't understanding their assignments.
Okay.
You can play with it's not a 2-man midfield. When we go down the left side of the field, your whole squad, you got to compact as a unit, but you've also got to rotate to the left. So what would traditionally be your right outside winger, midfielder, defender, right? Because people say we're playing with 3 center backs. We're not. We're playing with 1 center back and 2 outside backs. That's your 3 defender. So when Euro goes up, as he's going up, you have to say, hey, Delo, cover me. So-and-so, cover me, right? We're not getting that coverage, right? So your outside right wing / wing back has to convert, come. So when they send those long balls over, you have those 3 there, right? We're all offense, and nobody is picking up their assignments and tracking back to fill in those gaps in the midfield. Okay. I watched a Villarreal game the other day. They have this guy, and I'm going to butcher his name. They kept saying it Gay, but I'm going to say Gueye for the sake of things. Big, strong, spelled Gueye. This guy, his head was on a swivel, because I know that's what Manchester United's needs are, and I'm watching to see what they have in this pivot. This guy was in the right spot at the right time all game long because he wasn't just watching the ball. So if you have the right guy beside a Bruno or beside a Baliba, then the midfield two work. But people are forgetting their assignments, and that's what's leading to the confusion. We have 4 midfielders, right? We've sacrificed a wing back to push that midfielder up. We have 2 number 10s that behave, play behind. And when we're defensively, right, those 2 number 10s, they got to come back and compact as well. You see, when we're defending and we're protecting the box, it's a 1-5-5. And then the counterattack starts. Right? So we talked about systems and 4 defenders, 3 defenders, 3 forwards, a 4-3-3. But, you're playing with 1 midfielder then if you're looking at it that way.
Especially late in the game. Late in the game when we're pushing for a goal, and then Delict gets involved, Euro gets involved. Just how we had those rundowns with Harry Maguire. He gets caught out with one ball playing high up on the line. You play a high line, you get caught out one time because that you only have one center back, and then you don't see the rest of everybody else come into the frame until later. Yeah, it's not like you're setting up with one, but as the game progresses, guys are falling into those spaces that make it appears as one. So yes, I saw that too, and I thought it was weird.
It is weird, and it's at this level of the game, you should know this by now. This should all be drilled into your head as a professional player coming up through youth academies. And it just goes to show how human they are. But all in all, I think we get I said it in the chat a couple of days ago. We have a lot of defenders. I would actually like to see Amorim try something different and move Euro into the pivot with Bruno. I think he would do fantastically there. He already likes to move up. He passes the ball very well. He carries the ball very well. He's defensive-minded, right? Try something. Just because we're trying to get as a defender, try something.
How long have we been asking for Martinez to play in midfield?
Yeah, we have. And I think
at least try it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. But I like that, Mr. Frank. I like what you just said. So you're saying it's more player application than the coach application right now.
You called him Mr. Frank.
Yeah, okay. I do. I think it's a little bit of both. And, with the way we're missing, shots on target. And I'm wondering, Amorim, if you're trying to do everything on your own in training, it's too much, right? It's obvious that we need some finishing. We need some midfield shape, some positioning, and some defending against the counterattack, right? So I don't know what goes on at Carrington, if he's out there and he's the only one doing any coaching. But you know what? Take your number 10s and your strikers, send them off with a striking coach, and let them work on finishing the ball. So
what's weird about him? He's the complete opposite. He lets his coaches coach. He just sits back and watches.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's a combination of things. After the Grimsby game, watching Amorim, I'm just really confused, I guess, right now with what's going on with Manchester United. They celebrated that 3rd goal against Burnley, and wow, a little bit of over celebration, but I think it's a huge weight off their shoulders, especially Bruno. You know what I mean, scoring that goal and getting that first win. So, not impressed with the Burnley game. Glad we got the 3 points, and I as a coach, we're at that 6 to 7 week period now. We have to start seeing some improvements in the squad. We have to start seeing some gelling, and we have to start seeing some drastic improvements in teamwork, working as a unit, moving up and down the field as a team, and not getting exposed at the back.
I agree.
I totally agree with you. Everything you said.
I agree. Go ahead, Brian, and then we'll get the our guests in.
You guys covered it mostly. It was an impressive game. We had moments, but to have to get the 3 points I agree, it was a soft. I don't think it was a penalty either. It did start outside the box. To win that way wasn't great. lot of memories of last season. We couldn't hold the lead. Team we should be able to, control much better against. We let them back in twice. I like what Mr. Green's saying as far as the players positioning and not cycling to absorb and to rotate. That was a great point, I thought. Otherwise you guys mostly covered it.
Cool. So we got our guests. We got our Manchester's own dad of Caesar. We got Just Kareem. We got Philly Red. That's Ezra in the building. So we're gonna let y'all take it away. Let's start off with our kid here. What's going on, mate? Go ahead and talk, Dad.
Who, me?
Yeah, mate.
Yes. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's
Listen,
up, man? So let's hear about the game. I know you want to get on for a minute. Go ahead, take it away, brother. You got the floor.
Well, listen, shit. Let's be honest. Look, celebrating a win like we just won the World Cup. We had a penalty, and I know you said it won a penalty, but it 100% was. But still, take that away. It's terrible. The system is shit. Let me ask you one question, right? Just one question.
Okay.
So you assume the manager, he sits down and you have a bunch of targets, yeah? So statistically speaking, last season we had the best number 10 in Europe. He close to 20 goals, 20 assists. Agreed?
Okay.
So why do we then go out? Why do we go out and buy 2 number 10s and we don't address a number 6? We've left it with bare minimum. We got Kobe. Now, I know you all like Kobe, and I do too, but let me explain to you what Kobe does and what he can do. Kobe can play. He's very similar to Bruno. If you let him express himself in a free-man midfield, you give him control of he can express himself on a pitch. That's great. Give him the ball to feet. He can make things happen. What he can't do is run around the pitch. He's not defensively minded. So he's left us with Kobe. So instead of buying a number 6, he thought, well, hang on a minute. I'm going to buy 2 number 10s. I'm going to take away our biggest asset last season because Bruno was our best player by far. Well, I think that's all agreed. He's a terrible captain, but he's an amazing player. So we'll take him away from his natural position. We'll put him in number 6 where he cannot play. He cannot play in a 2-man midfield. So then what does that leave us with? Casemiro, who is what, 6 years too old? He can't run. He can run. We got a guard there who wants to just kick everybody. He wants to kick everybody. He can't pass the football forward. Yep. Now, these are just facts. I'm not making this up. This is there for everyone to see.
You're facts.
You're right. You ain't lying.
So why have we left it where we got no midfield? Because I'm telling you now, and I don't want to be I don't want to be that guy on the internet. Oh, we're shit. We're this manager got to go. But I'm telling you now, we will be overrun in every game we play this season. We will be overrun. That's just a fact. It's terrible.
Hold on real quick. Hold on. Your audio just went crazy just now. It sounds like you sound like a little bit of a robot real quick. Can you hear me?
No.
It might be his Wi-Fi or whatever he's on.
Yeah. Your internet. I heard the last part of what you're saying, but yeah. No, I agree with a lot of what you're saying outside of the Bruno's a bad captain part. But yeah, interesting because it's like we already had the 10s. We already had a bunch of 10s. It's like we went out and just loaded up on 10s and didn't think about it. So I guess I would ask, would you have guys rather have let Rasmus stay and got the midfielder or not get the goalkeeper or what? Or is this just bad decision making on their end?
This is the controversy. Go ahead.
You can unmute yourself. I don't know if you guys got to kind of be where Wi-Fi is.
It's almost crazy to say this, but maybe we didn't need to get Mbumo and Cunha because we already had a mod there. You already got Mount there, and I'm just saying you could have just maybe, I don't know who you don't take out of that crew, those two, but you could have got you a midfielder with the money you spent with one of those guys. I'm just saying that's the crazy take for the morning.
Okay. Well, Kareem, take it away, bro. You got it.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right,
I just want to ask you guys a question. Last year, what were we one of the worst teams at in doing in the Premier League last year?
Defending leads.
Not just defending
Scoring.
league,
Scoring.
scoring goals, right?
Yeah.
Scoring goals. What did we add to the team this year? We
Goals.
added two of the best scorers in the Premier League. Two of the best, right? Because even with Bruno in that 10 spot, our manager sees Bruno as a person he could put in different spots because he thinks he can move Bruno around the pitch to different areas. So we went and addressed the two number 10 spots because we had a problem with scoring goals. I've watched Mbumo this year and Cunha. I'm going to say mainly Mbumo. And there is no way I would not have gotten Mbumo after what I've seen from him now. There's no way. Our team, yes, we should have addressed the midfield, but what I think people are missing is United is not looking at this as a short-term project. United
No.
is looking at this as a long-term project. United has money earmarked for a certain midfielder. That midfielder is Belieber.
Yep.
United knows we cannot get Belieber this window because Brighton is not even looking to sell him this window. They're not
Yep.
trying. Adam Wharton to Palace is not trying to sell him this window. So the two midfielders that we would want, neither team is willing to sell them. So instead of United wasting that money now and going to get another person that doesn't fit the profile of what the manager wants and what the team wants, just remember, it's not just manager signings at United anymore. This is a team of people at United signing these players. These players are earmarked by the team, by the hierarchy now. Because if they get rid of Amarin, the players that they get will still fit the model that the team wants here.
Understood.
They want younger players like Belieber, like Wharton, who's 21 and I think they're both 21 years old, 21 and 20 years old. That's what they're going for. United's not going to sign the 28, 30-year-old midfielder right now to make the fans happy because their plan is to win the league by 2028, right? So if the plan is to win by 2028, they want young people that can grow with the team and fit into the model that they want. And as for the game, we talked on Instagram. The reality is that's a penalty. And the reason why it's a penalty, I put the rule in.
Jesus.
Everybody's saying it happened outside the box. No, the foul didn't happen outside the box. The grabbing of the jersey happened outside the box. If you hold on to the guy's jersey and you continue on into the box while holding their jersey and they fall in the box, they will call that a penalty every time. And that is the actual rule. So I cited the rule in the chat a while ago. I'm just going on the rule. And the reason why I'm taking it, and I'm not going to get mad about the penalty and say, oh, if you watched any soccer outside of Man United this week, everybody benefits from these calls. Barcelona scammed their way to a tie against a relegated side, newly promoted side in La Liga. Man City lost this week. Tottenham lost this week. Teams are not doing everything that we think that they're doing because we're so focused on Man United. But if you watch any of these other games, you watch that Liverpool-Arsenal game where Liverpool scammed the win late in that game, you think those fans are upset? We're the only fan base because that's the team we watch and we've seen how bad we've been the last couple of years. I'm taking it. A win in the Premier League is premium right now. I'm taking it.
Those conversations are being had within those fan bases, though. That's to say that we are the only fans doing that. That's not correct. There's other fans that are saying the same thing. They're like, that wasn't a pen on both sides. Like it's a conversation, just like for Fulham and Chelsea. Like everybody was like, oh no, what's handball? Because this is handball, that's handball.
The reason why we're Manchester United is because those conversations happen. The reason why we're Man United is because those conversations happen within those fan bases. Those conversations happen all over with everybody's fan base when it has to do with Manchester United because everybody cares about what we do.
That's fair, but they're happening in general. So
let me ask you this: if you think we're the fourth game, and then Bumo just got his first goal, do you think if we had a midfielder that help better in possession, connect with the attack, we'd have more goals than that right now? Because our
No,
goals come
and
tough. Our goals are coming hard. These aren't easy goals. They're coming.
Exactly.
They're tough goals.
our goals come hard, but I'm just gonna say I think it's a rough patch right now, and I think it's gonna get better
Okay,
because
fair play.
what I'm seeing from this attack, and you guys correct me if you think you see something different. We are creating chances, and that is something we weren't doing last year. We're creating chances, guys, just are not finishing. That comes and goes in in football. I was gonna say soccer.
I agree with you on
That
that.
comes and goes. That comes and goes. There's droughts by every team, even the best teams in the world. That comes and goes. But some of the best teams in the world, when it comes, they score 5 and 6 goals, whereas we're probably hoping for 2 and 3. But the reality is, I think the amount of chances that we're creating, it shows that this is, as much as I was the one cheering Amarin out, he ain't going nowhere. So I'm looking at the best of it. And the reality is, we are creating chances, and eventually those chances will drop.
I'm there with you. I just my biggest thing, the takeaway for me is that, like, yeah, if anybody was to say anything about Amram, I'd be like, what? Well, what do y'all talk about? These guys just can't score, right? So, like, that's the bigger thing for that argument there. Um, it's just like, when is that going to happen? You know, when is that going to start to happen? When is that going to start to present itself? So, hopefully, it does it against City, with City losing 2 or whatever the case may be. But I'm never going to be one of those people that's like, I'm always gonna be happy for 3, but I always like to see it done in a certain way, because the top people at the top do it a certain way. Look at Liverpool. Liverpool's getting played off the park in the first half. Played off the park. A moment of brilliance from one of their better players, and then survival. That's okay. You're gonna get games like that. You're gonna get games like Arsenal did against us. You're gonna have those type of games. I think it's a
So,
bigger indictment of the referee and the refereeing in this game everywhere. You know what I'm
so
saying? Which is a larger issue at hand for our thing and what happened on the weekend.
guys, we're averaging 14 chances created per match right now, just for talking purposes, which is not bad.
Philly, you want to get in on this, man? You got your mic muted.
Yeah, I was eating. That's why I had my mic muted. But
Okay.
can you remember me what the conversation is? I was like I said, I was eating, so I wasn't
No,
really.
so yeah, we're just talking about the game. We kind of went off about talking about if it was a penalty or not or whatever the case. So just tell us about the game and what you think about the penalty call and uh you know how we got our 3 and what you felt like, what you were seeing and all that.
Well, if you remember, I predicted a 2-2 draw, and up until that penalty, I was kind of upset with myself for predicting that. Um, Still a lot of concerns. I mean, like we scored 3 goals, but one is an own goal. One was a beautiful goal, but it was assisted by fucking Diego Dalot. So like, is that gonna happen again? I don't know.
Oh, come
And
on.
no, Dalot's fucking shit, bro. We
Come on,
come
bro.
on.
Come on.
And no, I'm happy we scored.
Another
Obviously,
assist?
I'm
He gonna
happy we
get
scored,
another
but
assist? Go ahead.
Dalot, I don't. I mean, he's gonna get a lot of games under this manager, so
Okay,
maybe. And
that's
then the
fair.
third goal, dodgy penalty. Like I get it, letter of the law, all that nonsense, but
Yeah, Logic here.
dodgy. So where does that leave us? We still have only scored one open play goal in 3 games in the Premier League. 270 minutes of Premier League action plus like extra time. We've only scored one open play goal. That's very concerning. Um, what else? As far as the game, I mean, like we played well. I think towards like the end of the second half. Cunha injury, very very concerned about that. We did pick up another injury in Mason Mount. Not too concerned about that. That was expected. Um, what
God,
else?
god damn.
Mesraoui. Yeah, bro, I'm like that. Mesraoui. I was happy to see him back out there. We missed him a lot. He damn near was our man of the match just with the couple of minutes that he played. If you ask me. Um, that's all I gotta say about the game. Really, happy with the win. Disgusted with the performance. As far as the team, this transfer window, there's a lot of revisionism going on. People are like, should we have? I'm not like pointing the finger at any of you, but people like
Go ahead.
questioning whether or not we should have gotten Mbomo and Cunha. I think that's just madness. Like we absolute madness. We wouldn't be having this conversation if we fucking sold Bruno and got that money in and went and got like midfielders. So there's that. The transfer window, 6 out of 10 for me. I feel like getting the midfielder in would have made it like a solid 7.5, but 6 out of 10 for me. We sent Jaden Sancho out on the season long loan. We don't win in the end with that. He leaves on a free. That's very disappointing. Um, Garnacho went to Chelsea by good riddance. Anthony got sold this morning. Very, very, very weird deal that was. And the Lamens deal. This whole Emi Martinez thing that was really not unprecedented, but it was like I don't know. I don't know what United were doing with that, but I'm excited to see what he can do. Anything is better than Bayender and Onana right now. So there goes that.
Yeah, I think that's how I felt. You got whatever you got on in the background. If you could lower it, that'd be great. But yeah, I think our expectations are just so low with the goalkeepers that it's just like anybody with 2 hands and 2 feet, or maybe 1 hand. I don't know. Kareem, what were you saying about our what do you think about our transfers? I didn't get your transfer take.
Um, like I said, I think the transfers were fine. Ultimately, yeah, I would love a midfielder, and that's going to be an issue all season. We understand that that's going to be an issue, but I think we will manage the midfield issue, and it may be the Cunha injury may be a blessing in disguise as far as if he's out for a decent amount of time. Now Bruno moves back up into that 10, and Mainu goes into that 8, and we're all clamoring for Mainu to play. So now it's a matter of, well, we'll get a chance to see Mainu play. And Lamens, I mean, he's a young goalkeeper. I'm confused about the goalkeeper situation because I would have thought we would have brought in a more veteran goalkeeper like Martinez, because we have a young goalkeeper that we sent on loan that has seemed to be like he's a good goalkeeper. Like we keep getting these goalkeepers, we keep having this system, and we keep talking about, oh, we're all about the kids. We got kids out on loan that are doing well. So you're gonna have a young goalkeeper, and you want to have somebody for the future. Well, VTech is sitting there, and why not just have him for the future and have a Martinez come in now? That, that's the only thing I'll say about that. But Cunha and Bumo, I love it. I think we want to even count Leon in this window, even though
Yeah.
he came in January, but he's part of this window. I think that's a good signing for the future. And Sesko, jury's out. The jury's out. I think he'll be good. His movement in the box is good. We just need to start really seeing some goals from all 3 of them, and then I think we'll start feeling a lot calmer about it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. So we're still we got some time too, so things are cool down now that we're on the international break, and some of the narratives could reset themselves for a second. I forget when our next game is. What is like the 14th, something like that. 13th or 14th is the next game. One of them, but yeah. I don't know this transfer window for me. I'll get everybody's list. I'll start off with the transfer window score. For me, I say striker needed. We got 2 top goal scorers. We got a goalkeeper. So I'm in between 6 or 7. I think getting that getting that midfielder, and then maybe signing a solidified. I wanted another. I'm not too sold on Dorgu and whatever going for the future. I would like for him to have a little competition there too. Um, or like maybe somebody in the wings. That's why like Harry Amass leaving and stuff like that was a little tough for me. But yeah, I say 6. I say 6.5. 6.5 in the window. Decent window. Decent window. Addressed a lot of needs. we're cornering everybody. Everybody's on afterpay, so we ain't got to kick out money at the top of the order. So good business there. Went and bought a goalkeeper for 18.2, solid. Can't be mad at that. He's supposed to be the youngest guy, so hopefully he can settle in with the red shirt, make everybody cringe up, freeze up. 920 Mario, Man United could win the league this season. Everybody is shoddy. City is wonky. Arsenal are bottle jobs. Chelsea is crowded. And Liverpool's leaking goals. All we need to do is sack the coach. Nah, man. Nah. This is wild. This is
I love the spirit, though.
I love the fact that you think that. I will say that. I enjoy it. That was actually refreshing.
Do you disagree with that?
That we can win the league?
Yo, listen, like I don't think we can win the league, but like we need to stop overhyping the rest of these teams. Like these guys are not good.
That's a but. Yep. That's
like especially Arsenal. Like Arsenal is fucking shit. They're so bad. They went to Anfield and played for a draw. That's absolutely disgusting. Very cowardly, and it comes from their manager.
I think you're under-evaluating them. Like the other side is over-evaluating. You're under-evaluating. I don't think they were that bad. They took over the second half. It took a moment of brilliance for them to when they got a hold of the game for them to lose it. They were on the front foot of it with one of their main defenders on. They defended resolute. It took a 32-yard shot to beat them.
I don't know, man.
I think you're underselling them a bit, and then they're getting better. They got Hincapié. They just, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna get more healthier. I mean, that blow to Saliba, I don't know what's happening there because he always seems to get hurt at the wrong times. I don't think they're a bad team. I just don't. I don't think they're shit. I do think they're a little underperforming now with their new. But it's only game 3, right? It's only game 3, so I don't want to say too much there. City is surprising me, but City is notoriously started off slow and won the league and had the lead won by February. They've always done this, so it's not saying that they're doing it now, but I think if anybody can figure out the works in the kinks in the team is Pep, and I think history shows that. But who's to say? They are bounced off 2 losses and lower than us at the moment, which everybody keeps pointing at. I think is weird. Stop. What are we doing? Liverpool is leaking goals, sure, but Liverpool's also doing what it takes to win. They won in every situation that they just got better. They just signed one of the hottest strikers in the world right now. So for a lot of money.
And a nice center back. Don't leave him out. He's nice.
Oh, yeah. They instantly got better so now they can get rid of the Konate thing because that guy's a bonehead. I don't know what his problem is, but they got a solid center back in Gay. I think it's too early for us to say what people are definitively, but I can't undervalue all these people. And Chelsea is crowded. Yeah. That's how they're structured. Spurs,
the Gay he moved collapsed, boys.
You said what?
The Gay he moved collapsed. He's staying at Palace.
What?
Yeah.
Was it because of like some loan move didn't come through?
Music to my fucking ears.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They couldn't find a replacement, so Gay's staying for now.
Wow. That's interesting. I didn't even know that. I thought Mr. Green is right. Here goes Cheese. Yeah, yep, there you go. Arteta overthinks, gets in his own way, so Arsenal will fold. Too early.
Thanks.
Too early for me to say that definitively, but you're free to think it, of course. For me,
good for Palace.
Yeah, because they're getting stripped.
Yeah,
they're just getting stripped left and right. So good.
They keep not losing too. Who they beat up this weekend?
So y'all think based on these few results that we have here that the league is wide open?
I'm talking it. Well, when I said, listen, I have a deep hatred for Arsenal. So like, don't listen to me.
Yeah, I can feel it.
I have a deep hatred for that fucking team.
I can feel it.
But like, biased aside,
so bad.
Biased aside, I think that they really aren't that good though. Like and it starts with their manager, who's just he's a coward. That's why they haven't won the league. Like, he plays negative football. It's very disgusting to watch. He went to Anfield with 4 defenders, with 4 defenders and 3 defensive midfielders. He was never going to win that game. He played for a draw.
Can you ask you this? The teams that Arsenal lost the league to, were they better teams than Arsenal?
Yes. You mean when they finished second?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll say yes.
Yeah.
What is he supposed to do?
Who was better? City was better. Yep.
The year that he
It-
lost the
once
league by a
again,
point, he drew with City in like the final couple days. If he'd have won that game, he'd have won the league. But he went there and played for a draw. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I feel you.
He, against the top six, the quote unquote top six, he plays for draws to protect that stupid record about
nah,
not
it
losing
was
to
a
us.
Heung-min Song open goal away from winning the league.
He missed that on purpose. It's Spurs. There was no way he was gonna let Arsenal win the league with his goal.
So I think it was a little closer than you're saying, but I don't know. I like Arteta a little bit. I like him because like he sets them up. He's picked that team by hand, and they've performed. It's sad that they've been in second a bunch, but that's why I hate them so much because we haven't been able to get nothing off them for a few years now. So it's like, I mean, I've always hated him, but like he sets them up enough to do the job against us every fucking time, and like fuck all that. If Arsenal sacked him 2 years ago and got a real manager, they would have cooked. But they are just Stoke City now. What does that mean? What does that
So
mean?
what is Stoke compare? What? What does
Stoke
that?
is
Yeah,
like they're known for like set pieces and shit.
Yeah, they're known for long throws and set
Yeah,
piece corners, so that's why they compare them to Stoke City because that's how they get their goals.
I feel it.
It's been a
Guys,
thing for the last
all
2
this
years.
talk about sacking managers. Look at the instability at our club right now. We can't keep sacking managers and expect some miracle worker to come in and right the ship.
Mario
You know what's wrong with our manager? He made us all more uncomfortable about him because of shit he said.
Yeah.
When you come out that we weren't tripping until that press conference, the last press after Grimsby. We were all like, "Wait a minute, is this dude trying to quit? Is he out?"
he said it a bunch of times. So
yeah, so if he you know Mr. Green, if he moves that from himself, we'll feel more comfortable with him. But he comes out and says, "Listen, I'm all for therapeutic responses and showing, like Mikey says, showing your limitations, but." For our fan bases, we don't want to hear that at any minute you want to quit, any minute you hate the team. Keep that to yourself, bro. We want to see stability because we
talk to
haven't
your
had
fucking
stability.
shrink. Talk to your psychologist, your
Yeah.
therapist about that. Don't tell the world. I'm one of those people that when you say something, you're telling every billionth, trillionth fucking atom in your being that that's the case for you. Shut the fuck up when it comes to that shit. Answer the cookie cutter questions with the cookie cutter responses. Hey, we got to try harder. You know, we're going to work on the labs. We're going to work on this. We're going to work on that. And then move on. Belichick the shit out of these people and move on. You're sending a message out to all these players. And then he's a person that likes to throw people under the bus. The first thing he did was throw his players under the bus. That was the first fucking thing he did. Like, oh, my players were loud and clear today. Maybe, just fucking maybe, you showed up with 5 defenders against a back 4 that wasn't afraid of you, and you got outplayed. Maybe, just maybe, like man for man, they had the right setup and knew what to do with you, and they run right. Maybe, because everybody likes to take away from Grimsby Town. Oh, just maybe they had the right stuff today to win, to beat you. And they didn't win. They didn't win in the game. They beat you on lottery penalties. So, you know, just to say that.
Maybe
there. I'm
they
not throwing
paid
the players.
Onana off to be crap.
I'm sorry.
I said maybe they just paid Onana off to be crap.
Oh yeah. Also, you keep putting Onana in goal after he's shown you for a few years now that he's not. He can't handle simple things. So I don't know. Nah, this Grim guy needs to go. The worst manager since some dude we had back in the horse and buggy days. He needs to go. He's a meme. We will not finish top 6. I got us in 7th or 8th to start the season. That's why I got us in 7th or 8th. Where we're at now.
Too early.
But it's too early. Yeah, it's way too early. It's way too early. I do like Arsenal being like Stoke. That's funny as hell. It is pretty funny. Let's just get you guys' ratings for the transfer window and how much you think that'll help? Well, the transfer we made. What do you think we can do with them? Being that we got this new keeper, and then we can wrap. Whoever wants to start it, go ahead. Your transfer rating and your feelings on going forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'll give us a 6 because of the midfield. We revamped our attack. Defense is, once we're healthy, we'll be fine. Shaw being healthy is a good thing. He's looked good so far, and we have Leacher in the wings as well. So I think and Mazari is back fit. So I think our defense is pretty good. I didn't like the goals we conceded against Burnley. Feel like the 3 men in the middle, we allow a lot of space in the penalty box. It's upsetting me. We will sort that out. But personnel-wise, I think we could do the job. They just need to be way more tidier than they are right now. Goalkeeper, I think, is sorted. Let's see how he does. I mean, I am a Tom Heaton stan as well. If for some reason the men's doesn't work out or he gets hurt, I think Tom Heaton should be getting some play because I think after Grimsby, I don't care how long he has on his contract, Onana can't play. Onana can't start for this team again. Barn disaster. He cannot start again for this team. Straight up bench.
Everybody has to literally be killed before he starts.
Dude, you remember there was a game, it was probably 15, 20 years ago. The game that Petr Cech broke his head for Chelsea. And then Kudicini was their backup. He came in and got hurt. And the third string guy was rocking for like 3 months or something like that. Something like that has to happen for Onana to play, basically.
I'll put Bruno in the damn penalty before we get let Bruno do it or Casemiro, one of them. Whoever's the tallest, let Šeško do it.
But yeah,
let Harry do it. He can do anything.
Yeah, no midfield. I'm giving it a 6.
Okay,
we got the Deadwood out, which is great.
Okay, respect. Brian, I ain't heard from you over there falling asleep, man. I heard from you, man. I'm just playing. Rate the window, bro. Rate the window and tell us what you think.
I give it a 7. We filled a lot of holes. The midfield, I still feel, we didn't do anything there, which is why I'm not rating it higher. If we didn't have all the outgoings and all the waste man leaving, I would have given it a 6. But they got rid of people, which I think is really going to help with transitioning, getting that culture and that mentality changed from what we had before to what we're trying to do going forward. So yeah, I give it a 7.
Okay, I'm with that. We're all kind of around in the same range, Mr. Green. Did we get yours?
Not yet.
Go ahead. Take it away, man.
I'm going to say 6.5. I agree with Ronaldo. We didn't take care of the spine up the middle. That's your most important. Okay. Defensively, we were okay with the lit. Our 2 number 10s that we got, fantastic. We got the striker. We didn't deal with that center midfielder. I'm actually okay with Bruno where he is because at the end of the day, if you look at the heat map, that guy covers the whole field. What we're missing is that strong, defensive-minded midfielder who stays at home, head on a swivel. Right? And I'm not sure we get Believer next year, guys. I know we're talking about winning 2028. The fan base won't allow that. The pundits won't allow that. The Premier League won't allow that. So, and I base my 6.5 because I'm not comparing us against the Liverpools, the Chelseas, the Man Cities, because we're not there yet.
Right.
I'm going to compare us against 2 teams we need to be watching, Tottenham and Newcastle. I think Tottenham did a little bit better business than we did. Newcastle, unfortunately for them, nobody wants to play for them. But it looks like they're going to try and get a couple things in the window.
They got Wissa.
Yeah, they got Wissa. They got that Woltemade from the big dude from Germany.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think they did a little bit worse than we did. Tottenham, I think, did better than we did. So, yeah, I 6.5, just because we didn't take care of that one spot, and I thought we could have. We didn't get Believer. Then you know what? You should have pivoted and got the next best thing. I don't think we're going to get him next year. I think he's going to play well. It's going to be lights out. And other clubs, they have that cake that they can spend on players that we don't have.
Casey, I rate the window 6.5 simply because I rather risk team progress on a midfielder than a goalie. Midfielder helps take pressure off the goalie. It helps with everything else. Agreed. And that was our biggest thing for Onana, right? We're like, we want people that can keep the ball, hold the ball, and things like that to mitigate his fucking involvement on the pitch. But that's more of an indictment on him that we're asking other people to keep the ball away from the box so he doesn't have to be involved in the game. Caesar, we're about to wrap. We're just getting the last bits of you can put it in the chat. We'll do this again Tuesday, being that I don't even know if we need to do tomorrow, being that we did a 2-hour show today, but we'll be back on again and I'll start the stuff in the beginning so everybody can get on. Ezra, right? Did we get your rating for the window?
6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Mostly because obviously no midfielder. This kid Lamens, I really hope he succeeds. And like even like for the first couple games, goalkeeper, like other positions, like yeah, we can be like a little impatient, but this position we need to be very impatient with this guy because he's coming into a team with like a shit midfield. He's gonna face a lot of shots on target at that.
Yeah.
So we just had to have some patience with him. As far as the rest of the window, 2 10s that together scored just as many goals as us in the league last season, and a striker, an up and coming striker in Europe that a lot of teams were looking at. So solid window. Obviously, could have been better. We'll just have to see how the season goes before we can really judge the window. But yeah, 6 out of 10 as of right now for me.
Yeah, I think everybody's on the same page, man. 6, 7. I'm not mad at either one. Above average. That's what we're all saying essentially. We did an above average window. And look, this was some madness today, y'all. This was some madness today with the goalkeeper situation, us waiting on a midfielder, getting out the deadwood. I think that's we're the biggest winners of the transfer. I'm gonna compare it to everybody else because we got out a lot of our problem players. With this transfer window, what we did was we tried to replenish the culture at Manchester United. That's what we want in that department. I know that sounds corny as fuck. It even sounds corny saying it, but like that's what it was. We got rid of a lot of our problem players. It started with Rashford. Okay, then we got rid of Garnacho. We still got Malacia, so that's the one problem that I was a little mad about, that we couldn't get a move for him. We're still going to be paying him whatever we pay him, but all in all, these are I can give Ineos some credit, is that we've finally started to move in a direction to fix the culture. And the culture was leaks, talking on the internet, displeasure, loaning guys out to other clubs and then having them pay us to give them back, and people talking in the media about after games and shit like that. I think that's behind us now, gentlemen. I can honestly feel like that shit is behind us now. I agree with you, but I understand why we bought goals. We need a solid 6 to make everything work. I think so too. 6 out of 10, real mid. 6 out of 10 is above average. Mid would be like 4, 5. But I understood. Getting the waste man out was huge. Yeah, so that's my biggest thing. We got the waste man out, guys. So whether it be Malone's or whatever the case, that looks better for our PSR. Looks better for what we're gonna do, and money saved, and go from there. So. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We've been on 2 hours. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. It's an early Labor Day edition, transfer edition. And thanks for joining us today, man. Y'all go outside, get some fucking sun, get a hot dog, a glizzy, a hamburger. You've been eating them glizzies.
Pause.
You've been eating them glizzies, motherfucking what's your name? Casey. Casey talking about he had 2 glizzies for breakfast. He's mad. But yeah, go get the salmons, candy the salmons, and all that stuff out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Kick back, have a brew for me. Data sees that Bruno runs around undoubtedly, but tell me when the last time you see him win possession deep or even make a tackle. In the first game against Arsenal.
Yep.
In the first game against Arsenal, he was tackling everybody. He was on that. But the passing was bad then. So there you go. There's the trade-off. He didn't pass the best there. It's hot as hell outside. Hot as hell for you guys in LA is ridiculous. Okay. It feels great here in Georgia. It feels so good. The wind is blowing. It's September. It's fall time, man. We got 2 weeks away from Man United. The
78 degrees here.
We already need a fucking break. But yeah, shouts to everybody. Y'all have anything y'all want to leave us with?
Happy
I
Labor Day,
love
everybody.
glizzies in my mouth. More glizzy.
Casey's on that glizzy life right now.
Yeah, man. Yo, thank you everybody for joining, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, get in there. We've been doing the memes. If you want to talk, like we just want to talk football through the week, man, just go ahead and drop the Instagram. I'm always doing that. So I'm always talking football all day. I'm up making football content as I'm working and all that. So let's just keep the conversation going. Up the fucking Reds. Fuck Ice. What else? And yeah, let's get some sleep and not worry about these waste men for the next couple of weeks. All right, y'all gentlemen, have a great day, a happy Labor Day, and God bless y'all, man. Y'all take it easy.
Power to the
Peace.
Peace.
Power to the people. Yep.